Alice the Daydreamer. Once upon a time, many years ago, there was a young girl named Alice. Alice was curious, kind, generous, but amongst all these traits, one stood out more than the rest. She always dealt with excessive daytime sleepiness, which made her insecure and think to herself she wasn't enjoying the world's wonders to the fullest. She would experience fragmented sleep, sleeping everywhere briefly, in her kitchen, her classroom, and often even while playing in the garden with her father, whom she loved with all her heart. Her father was always there to carry her while she slept. One day, unexpectedly, her father collapsed, and to Alice's horror, passed away of natural causes. It was quick and painless, yet it wasn't consolation to Alice, whose earth came crumbling down. The day of her father's funeral, Alice slipped away quietly distraught, since she couldn't bear to see the sight of her father's lifeless body being buried underground. She strolled the gardens like they used to and sat under a tree to reminisce. Under the tree, while reminiscing, Alice suddenly felt very sleepy and knew she would soon be asleep, as it very often happened to her. Oh no, not again, Alice thought to herself. She fought to sleep until her eyelids grew heavy and the world went dark. She awoke to the sound of fast footsteps running beside her. I'm late, cried a white rabbit rapidly. A talking rabbit? Alice exclaimed. She simply couldn't believe it. Alice cried, Wait for me, Mr. Rabbit. The rabbit just kept pacing and chewing on his nails, visibly stressed about being late to whatever event he was going to. His state of worry obviously made Alice nervous as well, as her chest that started pounding and her eyes fell weary once more. Yet she kept running towards the rabbit as her anxiety peeked through the roof. She had followed the rabbit to a hole, then she couldn't contain her tiredness and the world went dark once more. When Alice awoke, she didn't even know if she was upside down or right side up. It seemed like she had followed the rabbit into some sort of magical place. Everything was colorful and filled with such strange creatures. The rabbit told her, Sorry for frightening you, my dear, but I was very late to our tea party. Would you like to join me and my friends? Alice agreed, where she met the most interesting creatures. She was starting to feel sleepy when the Cheshire Cat appeared, grinning devilishly above the table. The cat's floating smile twisted and turned, fading in and out. Alice tried to call out for help, but the images and whispers of the cat made her question reality. Her mind was awake, yet the strange hypnagogic state made her question if the cat was real or not. As Alice makes her way through Wonderland, slowly in and out of sleep, she finds herself in the Queen's castle, the ruler of this magical place. She is immediately greeted with screams. Off with their head, the Queen belts through the hall. Alice froze with fear, thinking the Queen could possibly hurt her as well. Her mind was racing, but she couldn't move. This fear was followed by an episode of muscle weakness, so while she wanted to run away, back home, try as she might, she couldn't move a muscle. She was experiencing cataplexy, triggered by the fear and extreme emotion she felt when facing the Queen. After this episode, as she collapsed on the floor, she fell into slumber once more. As she was awaking from her sleep, she felt her eyes open, yet she couldn't move at all. She was experiencing sleep paralysis, which is when a person is temporarily unable to move or speak while falling asleep or upon waking. She saw the Mad Hatter, her friend that she had met at the tea party. The Mad Hatter knelt beside her with kind eyes, her body still unmoving. It is all right, Alice. Sometimes the body doesn't listen to one's heart. I will take you back home. Then the Mad Hatter carried her back home while she slept, much like her father did many times before. Alice is bolted awake next to a tree in her garden. Has it all been a dream, or had she really gone to Wonderland? Oh, there you are, her sister's voice echoes through the yard as she approaches her. You fell asleep again? Her sister asked with a worried look on her face. Alice told her sister that the Queen of Hearts was after her and wanted her dead, that they must stop her. Her sister believed that her behavior was worrisome and she had started to hallucinate. She decided to take her to another doctor of the brain who had diagnosed her with narcolepsy, which had been misdiagnosed prior to her father's death.